So we've been talking about some of the representations and warranties in a purchase agreement. And another one that the business people tend to focus in on is a representation around undisclosed liabilities. And it's typically worded in some fashion like there are no undisclosed liabilities other than is set forth in the financial statements, right? And that basically pulls out any liabilities that were required to be included in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP, in the financial statements. And but it may leave out other types of liabilities that were not required to be included in the financial statements. And as a result, a seller needs to pay attention to this. Any liabilities that they know about, but that were not required to be included in the financial statements, they're going to want to disclose as a result of this rep, or they're going to want to change the wording of the rep to be limited to only those types of liabilities that were required to be included in the financial statements to begin with. So I'll give you an example of this. The financial statements all bear a certain date, and they're issued as of a certain date by the auditing firm. And as a result, things can happen after that time period, a subsequent event, if you will. So if the balance sheet is dated December 31 of last year, the financial statements are issued in March of the following year, and we're making these representations in June. By the time June has rolled around, maybe a new lawsuit has been filed against the company, and there is a potential liability in relation to that lawsuit that now exists, but it wasn't included in the financial statements, and it wasn't required to be because it didn't even exist at the time the financial statements were prepared. And it's that kind of an issue then that the representation is drawing out, and the seller will need to deal with that one way or the other to avoid liability for it. And the buyer is really trying to understand what is the current condition of the business beyond what was in the financial statements.